Hey everybody, it's Master Gallengeist here, bringing you my review of Steve Rogers' Captain America issue 3. So, overall, I enjoyed this issue. The artwork I'm getting more used to, and it was really pretty good. It had nice fluid action throughout. But there's some kind of issues that have been going on that, with the story-wise, that are gonna have to be addressed. Now, I kind of like what's going on with the Captain America Hydra thing that they've been going on throughout this issue, but certain presentations of it are just kind of like, okay. Because throughout the issue, we have Cap making a report to the Red Skull, but it's very reminiscent of Darth Vader and Emperor Palpatine, in that the Red Skull is being a hologram, and Steve is bowing and has a Hydra painted on his chest. It's just kind of weird and almost doesn't really kind of fit the Red Skull's kind of MO to make a Hydra agent work like that. Also, as we get later on, we see that Steve is doing machinations behind the Red Skull's back, very similar to Vader and Palpatine's relationship of being like Sith and kind of fighting organization style. And that just makes me think that there's more interesting possibilities that are going through later on. It's just, it was very pulled from Star Wars being very much like that kind of relationship between Palpatine and Vader. And I just thought it could have been done a little bit better, kind of a little bit more original for the story. But overall, I kind of liked what they're kind of doing, showing the Red Skull's plan going throughout. Because as Steve's making his report, we're getting flashbacks and seeing what was going on. He was supposed to kill Zemo and Dr. Selvig per orders of the Red Skull. We see the jet crash and burst into flames. We see the kind of fallout of Steve pushing Jack Flag out of the aircraft, and that he's down, but then the rest of the S.H.I.E.L.D. agents converge and try and extract him, which almost leads to a giant fight between all the supervillains in the area and themselves. With Rick Jones doing some pretty smooth, quick thinking to make sure that if they didn't leave Cap alone within about like a 5-minute span, they'd all lose their range from the casinos, which they all booked it, and was like, need to get my money out. And it was like, pretty good thinking, Rick. And then we find out that Jack's not dead, but just in a coma, and as Steve is talking to the Red Skull, we still see that he is still Steve Rogers. He still doesn't want to kill unless it's necessary. He thinks that even though he's going through Hydra's cause, that Jack Flag deserved a proper burial. And I think the Red Skull's starting to see that his compassion and his mercy really kind of fights with the Hydra kind of mentality he's trying to put in. Because we also see in the flashbacks that Steve's mother has been kept being abused, and this, I don't know if it's Kobik or a Kobik entity that's been put into Steve's memories, then go after his father, beat him up, and throw him in the river, I think possibly to his death. So we get that kind of going on, and it'll be interesting to see what's really going to be in those memories, because you don't show them without, for no reason at all. There's got to be something in there that's either going to keep Steve, or show something that's going to break him out of it. And as it's going on with him talking to the Red Skull, we then learn that Steve did not kill Selvig, and that he's doing other work, and that he doesn't approve of killing of these really good Hydra agents. Well, not really good, but these Hydra agents that have potential, like the kid that was going to blow himself up on the train. Skull's like, why are you trying to save him? He's disposable. Lose one limb, 2 more take its place. But he's like, it's not effective use of resources. It's stupid. This person could do so much more. So we still have Steve in there, and it'll be interesting to see what his plans are with Selvig, and if he's going to go through with the killing of Jack Flag, or use him to essentially, I think, possibly create a positive Hydra, which would be interesting, because he might be, in effect, working with the Red Skull, but it doesn't look like it'll stay like that permanently. Now, granted, we all knew it wasn't going to be permanently, but I think that the Red Skull kind of did too good of a job, because Steve goes for the good of everything. And that's going to be, no matter what memories you put in, that's always going to be his overriding force. You could make him Hydra, but he will then probably turn Hydra into something good. So, we'll have to see what keeps going on. I mean, I don't like how this story was started, but I'm interested to see where it's going to end and where Steve's going to come out on the other side, and hopefully when it returns back to the more traditional kind of Steve, what's going to be the ramifications of that. So, those are my opinions on the issue. Tell me what you guys think in the comments below. If you liked it, if you didn't like it, if you agree with me, if you disagree with me. Also, like and subscribe, and I hope you have a good day.